I was sitting in a hotel room in San Francisco when I saw my wife on the local news. She was standing next to another man. The headline called them the Pacific Northwest's newest couple. My name is Brandon. I'm 37. I'm a software engineer in Seattle. 5 years ago, I married a woman named Lauren. We had a small wedding, about 60 people. My best friend Tyler was my best man. He'd been my best man through everything since college. Bad jobs, worse breakups, a knee surgery in 2019. He was at our wedding rehearsal. He gave a toast. He cried. Lauren and I had what people would call a quiet marriage. She was a set designer. I worked from home most days. We didn't post much on social media. We didn't have kids. She had this calm to her. The kind of calm I used to mistake for depth. 2 weeks ago, I flew to San Francisco for a conference. 10 days, 3 keynotes, a hotel room I didn't pay attention to. On the 7th night, I came back from dinner and turned on the TV just for noise. The local news was running a feature story. Pacific Northwest's newest couple, a designer and a Seattle attorney, married last spring in a vineyard ceremony. The bride was Lauren. The best man, standing behind them in the photo, was Tyler. I sat down on the edge of the bed. I did not call her. I did not call him. I opened my laptop and I started searching. The first thing I found was Lauren's Instagram. Not the account I knew, a different one. Private, but tagged in dozens of photos. I scrolled through 18 months of a life I had never seen. Dinners at restaurants she said she'd never been to. Weekend trips to wineries she said she didn't have time for. Mutual friends I had never met. A man whose face appeared more and more often, until at some point, the photos became us instead of her. She had been living a second life, inside our first one. I caught the next flight home. I told no one. Not Tyler, not my brother, not the conference organizers. I needed to walk into the house first. I needed to see it. Our house was empty. Not abandoned. Empty. Her clothes were gone from the closet. Her toothbrush was gone from the bathroom. Her car was missing from the garage. But the rest of the house looked exactly the way I'd left it. Same coffee cups in the sink. Same blanket on the couch. Like she had walked out for groceries 8 days ago. I checked the mail. A property tax notice addressed to me. A water bill addressed to me. Junk addressed to current resident. Nothing for Lauren. Not one piece of mail. I sat at the kitchen table with my laptop open, and I started typing her full name into every public record search I knew. Marriage licenses, property records, court filings. And that's when the second life cracked wide open. The marriage license from her second wedding was public record, filed in King County 6 months ago. Spouse, Lauren Hale. Status on the form? Single. I called my attorney the next morning. Not Lauren's attorney, mine. An estate guy I'd used twice. I told him I needed someone who handled fraud. He gave me a name. The fraud attorney took my call within an hour. She had me come in that afternoon. I sat across from her with my laptop and a folder of screenshots, and I said, "I think my wife committed bigamy." She didn't react. She asked me one question. "When was the last time you filed a tax return jointly?" I had to think. 3 years ago. She said she wanted to file separately because of some freelance income. The attorney nodded once. She pulled up something on her screen. She looked at it for a long time. Then she turned the monitor toward me. "Brandon, you were declared legally missing 4 years ago. Your wife filed the petition. You were granted presumed deceased status in court 2 years later. I read the document. The petition was filed by Lauren Hale, spouse. The witness who signed under oath that I had not been seen for the statutory period was Tyler. The court order designating me presumed deceased was filed 18 months ago. I had been at work that day. I remember it. I remember what I had for lunch. The attorney leaned back. Brandon, you're not the victim of an affair. You're the victim of identity theft. Your wife and your best friend declared you dead, and then she remarried. Legally. Because in the eyes of the state, you no longer exist. The attorney spent the next 2 hours walking me through what she called the full picture. She had me sign a release so she could pull my credit reports, my property records, my bank summaries, anything tied to my social security number. The picture got worse, much worse. Lauren had not just declared me dead. She had used the 4-year window of my missing status to systematically transfer every asset I owned into entities she controlled. Our house, refinanced twice. The new mortgage was in her name. The deed had been quietly transferred through a probate filing that referenced a court order I had never seen. My retirement accounts, emptied through a beneficiary clause she activated when I was declared presumed deceased. My business. I had a 15% stake in a small consulting firm with 2 partners. That stake had been bought out by Tyler's holding company. The check went to Lauren's estate. Even my car, the car in the driveway, the one I had driven to the airport 10 days earlier, was registered to a leasing company owned by Tyler. I owned nothing. On paper, I had not existed for 4 years. Every piece of mail with my name on it, every utility bill, every property record, was a paper version of a person whose actual self had been declared deceased 18 months ago. The attorney asked me one more question. Brandon, how did they explain you to your family, to your co-workers, to the people who would have noticed you were alive? I sat there. I thought about my brother. We talked once a month. I thought about my co-workers. I saw them on Zoom every day. I thought about my parents. They had FaceTimed me on my birthday in March. They didn't have to explain anything, I said, because I was still here, living a life I thought was mine, inside a death certificate I never knew existed. That night, I went back to the empty house. I sat at the kitchen table. I opened my laptop. And I did something I should have done 8 days earlier, the moment I saw Lauren's face on the local news. I did not call her. I did not call Tyler. I did not pack a bag and confront them at their new house in Bellevue, the address I had found in the property records. I called the FBI's Financial Crimes Division. I told the agent on the phone that I was a man who had been declared legally dead 4 years ago, that I was alive, that I had documentation, that my wife and my best friend had executed what appeared to be a 4-year, multi-million-dollar identity transfer scheme, and that I was willing to wear a wire. The agent was quiet for a long time. Then he said, "Mr. Hale, I'm going to need you to come in tomorrow, and I'm going to need you to act until further notice as if you don't know anything. Can you do that?" I said yes. Tyler called me 3 days later. He sounded normal. He asked if I wanted to grab a beer when I got back from San Francisco. I said yes to that too. The wire is in my jacket pocket right now. I'm sitting at a bar in Capitol Hill. He should be here in about 10 minutes. Lauren doesn't know I'm in town yet, but she will, just not the way she expects. If you've ever wondered whether person sitting across from you is really who you think they are, check the public records. Sometimes the version of you they've already buried is more real than the one still breathing.